Private Lives by Noel Coward, starring Helena Bonham-Carter as Amanda and Bill Nighy as Elliot.
Ellie, do come out. It's so lovely.
Just a minute. Not so bad.
It's heavenly. Look at the lights of that yacht reflected in the water. Oh, dear, I'm so happy.
Are you?
Aren't you?
Of course I am. Tremendously happy.
Just to think, here we are, you and I, married.
Yeah, things have come to a pretty pass.
Don't laugh at me. You mustn't be blasé about honeymoons just because this is your second.
That's silly.
Have I annoyed you by saying that?
Just a little.
Oh, darling, I'm so sorry. Kiss me.
There.
Not so very enthusiastic.
That better?
3 times, please. I'm superstitious.
You really are very sweet.
Are you glad you married me?
Of course I am.
How glad?
Incredibly, magnificently glad.
How lovely.
We ought to go in and dress.
Gladder than before?
Why do you keep harping on that?
It's in my mind, and yours too, I expect.
It isn't anything of the sort.
She was pretty, wasn't she, Amanda?
Very pretty.
Prettier than I am?
Much.
Elliot!
She was pretty and sleek, and her hands were long and slim, and her legs were long and slim, and she danced like an angel. You dance very poorly, by the way.
Could she play the piano as well as I can?
She couldn't play the piano at all.
Aha! Had she my talent for organisation?
No, but she hadn't your mother either.
I don't believe you like Mother.
I like her. I can't bear her.
Elliot! She's a darling underneath.
I never got underneath.
It makes me unhappy to think that you don't like Mother.
Nonsense. I believe the only reason you married me was to get away from her.
I married you because I loved you.
Oh, dear, oh, dear, oh, dear, oh, dear.
I love you far more than Amanda loved you. I'd never make you miserable like she did.
We made each other miserable.
It was all her fault. You know it was.
Yes, it was. Entirely her fault.
She was a fool to lose you.
We lost each other.
She lost you with her violent tempers and carryings on.
Will you stop talking about Amanda?
But I'm very glad, because if she hadn't been uncontrolled and wicked and unfaithful, we shouldn't be here now.
She wasn't unfaithful.
How do you know? I bet she was. I bet she was unfaithful every 5 minutes.
It would take a far more concentrated woman than Amanda to be unfaithful every 5 minutes.
You do hate her, don't you?
No, I don't hate her. I think I despise her.
Oh, that's much worse.
And yet I'm sorry for her.
Why?
Because she's marked for tragedy. She's bound to make a mess of everything.
If it's all her fault, I don't see that it matters much.
She has some very good qualities.
Considering what a hell she made of your life, I think you are very nice about her. Most men would be vindictive.
What's the use of that? It's all over now. Such a long time ago.
5 years isn't very long.
Yes, it is.
Do you think you could ever love her again?
Now then, Sybil.
But could you?
Of course not. I love you.
Yes, but you love me differently. I know that.
More wisely, perhaps.
I'm glad. I'd rather have that sort of love.
You're right. Love is no use unless it's wise and kind and undramatic. Something steady and sweet to smooth your nerves when you're tired. Something tremendously cosy and unflurried by scenes and jealousies. That's what I want. What I've always wanted, really. Oh, my dear. I do hope it's not going to be dull for you.
Sweetheart, as though you could ever be dull.
I'm much older than you.
Not so very much. The music stopped and you can hear the sea.
We'll bathe tomorrow morning.
I mustn't get sunburnt.
Why not?
I hate it on women.
Very well, you shan't then. I hope you don't hate it on men.
Of course I don't. It's suitable to men.
You're a completely feminine little creature, aren't you?
Why do you say that?
Everything in its place.
What do you mean?
If you feel you'd like me to smoke a pipe, I'll try and master it.
I like a man to be a man, if that's what you mean.
Are you going to understand me and manage me?
I'm going to try to understand you.
Run me without my knowing it.
I think you're being a little unkind.
No, I don't mean to be. I was only wondering.
Well?
I was wondering what's going on inside your mind. What your plans are, really.
Plans? Oh, Ellie.
Apart from loving me and all that, you must have plans.
I haven't the faintest idea what you're talking about.
Perhaps it's subconscious, then. Age-old instincts working away, deep down, mincing up little bits of experience for future use, watching me carefully like a little sharp-eyed blonde kitten.
How can you be so horrid?
I said kitten, not cat.
Kittens grow into cats.
Let that be a warning to you.
What's the matter, darling? Are you hungry?
Not a bit.
You're very strange all of a sudden and rather...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?